Hey, Noglunga.
Hey.
How are you? How you
Signal
doing?
good morning. How are you doing?
All good, all good. Yourself?
I'm good, Harai. Good to
No,
see you.
good. I see you. The face is popping even.
Oh, really?
Coming through with the face beat.
No, like, this is me. I just woke up literally.
Oh, is it? No, you're looking good, looking good. Thank you for joining us. Thank you so much for joining us. So today's session is pretty much chilled, very easy. It's basically about people getting to know who you are and young creatives or even older creatives, people that are watching now, to draw some sort of inspiration from your journey or your story.
Yeah.
So it's going to be quite easy peasy. So I would like you to give us like just a brief introduction of who you are and a background of where you started and to this point and how you got to this point.
Okay, so Unulunga is a young um, art director. I've been doing this for about 9 years now.
Okay.
Graphic design has always been one of my biggest passions in life. I remember even from high school, drawing had always been just a part of me. So it became very evident to me later in life that this is my calling. This is what I want to do, and I really enjoy it because I feel like I excel.
Noglunga, Noglunga. So your earpiece, right, is inside your jersey. So like it's far. We can't hear you. I think it's wrapped around even from the back. Yeah, just try keeping it close to your the mouthpiece. Just try keeping it close to you.
Can you hear me better now?
Ah, perfect, perfect.
Okay, cool. So you didn't hear anything that I
So I
my
think
whole
you're gonna have to.
intro.
I'm so sorry for doing this, but please can you start from the
From the
beginning
top.
of what you're saying? Yeah.
Problem. So yeah, I'm a graphic designer. I'm an art director. I've been doing this for like 9 years now. This is a passion that I've always had within me. I feel like I was probably born with it. It was literally like a calling because from a very young age, I found myself dealing in my math textbooks and my geography textbooks. There will always be some sort of like line to say that this is what you need to do. So in high school, that's when I found out about graphic design, and I knew that this is what I need to do in life. So then, yeah, my journey then is literally from then that point onwards has been, it's still a journey that I'm writing in my book, and yeah, that's me.
So with that, all of that said, what were the challenges in you joining the creative industry? Like you said, you've been, focused on the maths and the geography side of things, but then how did you eventually like get into it, and what are those challenges that you were facing in
I
your
think
journey?
for me, the biggest challenge as a black female creative in this
Okay.
industry, which I still do believe is very male dominated, because there's such a thing as a boys club and it's evident in our workspaces. So for me, I think my biggest challenge was not believing in my own greatness
Okay.
and being a minority of being at the, like in most cases, I'll be the only black female in the studio as in the creative studio. So not knowing where to draw my inspiration from or to like the pressure just felt real, real for me, especially when I started out like straight from school. Like, okay, as a person of my kind, I'm worthy of even being in this kind of space. And will my voice be heard? Will my ideas be understood? And the concepts that are in my head, would people be able to, understand and just get with what is going on in my mind? So I think that was the biggest challenge in terms of just believing in my own greatness.
Okay.
And but now I 100% do believe in my own greatness because I feel if I don't, then who will? Then who am I making the work for? You know what I mean?
Okay.
So what I try to do very much is to be very intentional with my work. In
Okay.
everything that I do, my process, my thought process, how my layout looks, the colors that I use, and just in how the entire campaign would look at the end of the day is very intentional in terms of thought process.
Okay.
And that has helped me then be able to breathe in and just work around my work and just know that, "Ah, man, you got this." You know, yeah, don't worry, you've got it. Because a lot of people would tell me, my partner always tells me that you're so good at what you do, you just don't see it but I'm my worst critic. I'm the biggest critic where everything is just like criticized to the last T because I want everything to be so perfect.
Yeah.
But I then tend to overlook the greatness or just the journey of how maybe a certain job is going. And then
Yeah.
like, no, it's actually going pretty well.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that's how
So,
I overcame that challenge.
okay, dope, dope. So I know with a lot of parents, right? So when you are a creative, or when you tell your parents that I want to pursue this whole thing of becoming a graphic designer, for an
Yeah.
example, I mean, that must have been a challenge 9 years ago when you wanted to get into the space.
Mm.
How
I
how did you convince your parents that this is the way and this is how I'm going to make money and a living out of this career, which is graphic design, or like being in the
mm,
creative world? I mean, alone that on its own is a challenge. And how did you overcome that, knowing that it must be difficult? I mean, you said that you were the only one in the black person in the creative studio. Like, how do you now at home you still don't fit in because you are in a different like creative industry, but still
yeah.
at your workplace you still don't fit in a way because you can't draw inspiration from your peers?
You see, the perk of being the last one at home,
Yeah.
there are two of us at home. I have the oldest sister and myself. So my
Hmm.
sister went through that process of trying to convince my mom that she wants to be in the media space. And my mom
Hmm.
was like, no, get a degree first. So she went and studied accounting and everything, risk management. So by the time it was my turn, my mom, her mindset was already shifted. So it was literally very easy for me to tell her that, I mean, she even told herself, I mean, like I said, she would also find like the drawings, the pieces of papers around the house everywhere. So my calling was very evident to her. So it wasn't really hard for her to understand that this is what Lenny wants to do and this is what she's going to do. So so she supported me throughout from day one till this day, even though she still asked me, Kana, what is a logo and what is the purpose of the logo?
We are draw.
Yeah, draw. So like, yeah, I'm drawing and I'm making pretty pictures that have a purpose behind them to change people's perceptions.
Mhm.
I'm not just always doing logos, doing TV commercials, like 360 campaigns. And I think it becomes for her when something popped up on TV and I was a part of that journey of that campaign, then it starts to make even more sense to her. Like, okay, this is what my boss is doing, and she's completely supportive. So I never had literally any issues with that part. Like,
Okay, dope. And when would you say your parents started sort of like understanding what it is that you do exactly? Like, is there a TVC that you were like, Mom, this is what I do? Or work that you've worked on before? Like, what is it? What is that one element or that one work,
I
piece of
remember
work?
it was in 2011, if not 12, when we
Hmm?
worked at the ESCOM switch campaign. We
Oh,
were
dope.
asking switch off to reduce the usage of electricity and so on. So it was a full 360 campaign that we did. And the little items would always constantly play on TV because there was a message that needed to be quite frequent, on television and radio. So that's when I was like, yo, Mom, dang, that's me. Those icons. I took those icons, that concept was part of the journey. So I think that was probably the first one
Uh-huh.
that they were able to then understand exactly what I do.
Dope, dope, dope. And what advice would you give young up and coming, creatives, people that are watching now, or how do they
Mm.
join the creative industry? Considering the times now, like COVID and all of that,
Mm.
it's now different. Like it made the world so different. Like how would you advise young black females, um,
Yeah.
yeah, that are aspiring to join the creative industry?
I
What
would
advice would you give?
say I would say that success is overnight success. It takes years and it takes hard work. For you to be able to sit in a boardroom with the CEOs of maybe Coca-Cola and literally directly speak to them and tell them a campaign and they'll be in awe of what you do. That time that you've spent in convincing them or in just selling the word, it has taken years and years and years of hard work and dedication. And literally just working on your craft and making sure that you understand the world that you live in. Your mindset isn't just at, here, specific, but your mindset is global, you know what I mean? So in order for you to be able to even do a logo in 4 hours, it takes years of hard work and crafting your skill. So hard work is very, very important. As cliche as may sound, like that's the end goal for anything. If you want something really, really bad, you have to work harder. And that's something that you can't run away from that. You need to, no one's going to give it to you in life. Everybody is where they are because they are working hard at getting their goals that they have set for themselves.
Nice.
Also, just another thing is that as young people, especially when you're breaking into the industry, when you walk into a company, try to understand the values and the value that the company has, and the vision that the company has. So that when you walk in, you know how your skills will be able to enhance the company as well. Because at the end of the day, you're employed because they employed you. And you're employed because they want something from you and you want something from them, right? So how then do you look at enhancing that vision of that company with your own skills? And in that way, yourself, you also grow because you learn as time goes on as well. So it's being aware of your surroundings, knowing your skill, be able to identify what your passion is and what your skill is, work hard it is, and craft it to your best of your ability every single day, consistently.
Dope.
If you're a thrower, throw every day. If you're a writer, write every day. If you're not a person, count everything every day. So that you just become better at what you do and to better yourself. And you feel good as well. When you know that I'm working at my craft and I'm doing better than the last campaign that I worked on. The next campaign, I know I learned a certain thing that I will apply going forward.
Okay, dope. So this is my last question, right? So I've got someone else that's coming in and joining. So my question, it's something that I've also wondered about, like when you in high school, when you're trying to pursue the creative world and trying to become a graphic designer, copywriter, or whatever it is. What is the end goal for you? And is it the same as the end goal that you set for yourself when you started in the creative industry? Like, what is it? What is the end goal of a creative?
Well, I can't speak for all creators because some people may aspire to be ECDs, CCOs. Other people may aspire to own their own companies. I'm one of those people. I aspire to run my own agency one day. And these are the learnings that I am taking from my workspace, even with my freelance as well. I saw a video once by Ubu Tambawayo, and he said that you're not an entrepreneur if you are still, like if you're working from home and you have not employed people, you're just self-employed. Right?
Yeah.
That kind of tainted my ego a little bit because all the time I'm like, I'm an entrepreneur. Like, no, you're just self-employed. You are a freelancer. And so those are the things, the steps that I'm taking into being an aspiring entrepreneur one day, so that I can be able to open my own shop and, empower other people as well to grow, people too. And what I love about the space that I work in now at Avatar is that Ubeli always says that, and Anzi, that they always look to grow people and like small businesses like yourself, tiny. It's not part of the Avatar. It was your brainchild but now it's now empowered by advertising. You know what I mean? So I love that I'm in a space where it allows me to also to be able to grow myself personally while
Dope.
also trying to go with the vision of Avatar and growing it with my skills as well.
Nice. Thank you so much. Thank you so
Thank
much for
you.
that. I've really enjoyed this conversation with you. I mean, now I know you now. You know,
We
I
always
know
see
you
each other at
better.
the office, but it's like, hey, Ali, and then it's
Yeah,
between.
yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your
Cheers.
time.
Bye.
Bye.
Cool guys. That was Noglunga. She's the art director at Avatar. She's done amazing work for different companies, and now I'm just waiting for Sibu Mapena to join in. Sibu Mapena is not, like a stranger to these streets of Instagram live sessions. She had a live session with Veli on this very account, the Instagram account, a couple of weeks ago, in fact. Yeah. So we're going to have a conversation with her now. I'm just waiting for her to join in. Please, can you request Sibu? There we go. She's joining in. There we go. Hey, Sibu. How you doing?
I'm really well. I'm sitting in front of the fireplace.
Yeah, bad. Your mic is very low. I don't know.
Let me see. Can you hear me now?
Perfect. Clear. Yeah, Gaband, I can see even in the background there, you fireplace or lit.
Yeah. Only fire up, cold down.
Fire
Hello,
up.
Hello, everybody else. Hi.
Yo, Sibu, you just got on and the views are just going up. Like I'm watching from my side. I'm like, what?
I mean, people are at home. People have it's the middle of the month. I don't know if people's data has reloaded, but yeah. Silana, thank you guys for joining. Thank you. Hey, Star. Hey, Masteki. Oh, Hilisani. Oh,
Dope.
so many people. Yo.
Yeah, it's a lot of people. So, I mean, these people, just like me, they a fan of your work. They've probably been watching you. I've been watching a lot of stories or a lot of interviews around you and what it is that you do. I've seen you in a lot of spaces. I took photos of you as a dancer.
You have archive footage.
For Skipper, I've got archives for days. I think it was Red Bull beat battles back in the day.
Fly Nation days, the only
Yeah,
female dance crew. Oh man.
back in the day. I think it was also strictly hip hop or something like that along those lines.
Oh, you've
Yeah,
been there, bro. That's like
been there.
12 years.
Yeah. So what made you, like stay like up every day and be consistent to your goal and your dream? What is it? What is that fire? Something that sparked that fire?
I think it's look. I've inherently I've been a hard worker. I was actually talking about this with my sister yesterday to say I watched her be an entrepreneur and then go into a 9 to 5 and then come out of a 9 to 5 and still go back into entrepreneurship. We both watched my dad be an entrepreneur whilst my mom was a 9 to 5er, and I think the combination of both is something that has now made me what I am, because I have the discipline of someone who goes to a 9 to 5, but I also have the hunger and the thrive and the drive of someone who has to work for themselves. So I think deep inside, the fear of failure, I suppose, the fear of not doing the things I said I would do, the fear of the people who I'm accountable to not being able to, cheer me on or give me a pat on the back because I didn't do what I said I would do. Those are the things that actually keep me awake at night, because there's so many people who depend on me also getting up in the morning. So it's all like a ripple effect. If I don't get up, my staff doesn't get up. If my staff doesn't get up, our clients' work doesn't get done. If our clients' work doesn't get done, the businesses they work for fail. So it's all just a ripple effect, and we've got to understand that what you do affects so many other people. And that's what keeps me up every day.
Every day. So one thing that I've seen about you is, you know, like you are able now, people use Duma Collective as opposed to Sibu Mapena back then, and which is something
Finally.
that I like. You know, like I know of a lot of people that struggle to separate their names from their companies. Like I know their names and not their companies because of the entertainment industry, the events that they go through. They attend a lot of events. On the guest list is obviously your name and not your company name. You know,
Yeah.
on Instagram you're posting on your personal account and not your company account, right?
Yeah.
So, and after dancing, you got into freelancing, I'm assuming, or being employed. So a lot of people were like, Sibu Mapena, you need to work with Sibu Mapena, Sibu Mapena. How did you finally get people or convince people to say, this is Duma Collective, or anyone that, because I believe you made it easier for an intern or for anyone that's employed by Duma Collective. When they go there, they're able to carry the company as opposed to, you know, like, now we're looking for Sibu Mapena. That's who we want to work with. So now it's like Duma Collective. How did you get there? Like,
Dude, I won't lie, it was heartache. So the story is in 2014, I registered a company and I was like, oh, company name, okay. And then I just wrote like Mbutuma because I just learned that it's Tagazedo Sam Mbutuma. So I went with this Mbutuma name, Mbutuma Communications. I did the whole CI thing. A bull was my totem, you know, and I tried it. And people were just struggling with this name. I was like, white people, black people, Indians, everyone, Mabuduma, all sorts of variations of Mbutuma.
yeah.
And then I was in a presentation, not like a feedback presentation from clients, and they were briefing us for a new campaign. And in that, the company, like that kind of we shone. They were like Sibu and team. And they didn't say Mbutuma. And I was like, no way. This has to change. And this was in like, what, 2016, I think? Like late 2016.
Yeah.
And I said, no, this thing of it being about Sibu, it's not Sibu and Associates. You know, like on Scandal, you've got Olivia Pope and Associates.
Yeah.
No, we can't look like that. This is South Africa. Let me be realistic. So then I looked for a name that just actually a name came to me. I don't know what I was researching, and Duma came up and was like a Russian definition. I said, no, this is definitely a Zulu word. And I thought, Duma. Actually, Duma's a nice name. Duma. And then I said, oh, Mbutuma. It's a derivative of Mbutuma as well. So I think that's why it stuck to me. And I said, cool, Duma Collective, registered that as a company. And just pushing the Duma Collective name. Okay, not Sibu anymore. It's not Sibu. It's Duma Collective. There's an Ellen, there's a Seo, there's a Mpielo, there's a Zeketelo, there's a Kwanele, there's a Marang, there's an Audrey, there's a Fifi. So all of these people, and introducing them into the corporate space as well. When I go to meetings, they come with me on emails. Hi, please kindly CC Ellen, who will be heading up the project. Then the clients started meeting Ellen, and they're like, oh, okay, this is the Ellen. Okay. Yeah. Now, when we need to do campaigns, Ellen, you need to call Pop-Pops. What? Oh, Ellen, go fetch black coffee. He's at the gate. Oh, my God. Like, Zekatelo, here's Butnati's number. Please, can you, and starting to introduce them to the talent as well. So that people can see that when they see Ellen, they see me. When they see Zekatelo, they see me. And we are all a representation of the company. And it's just pushing Duma Collective.
Nice.
In the thing you're coming. But, the point is to really push your brand as far as you want it to be pushed, because there are some people who honestly want it to be about them, and that's also fine. It's perfectly fine that you want the company to be Olivia Pope, and everybody must know it's about Olivia Pope. But if you're trying to build something that spans beyond you and lives beyond you, then you've got to come up with a name that is going to walk ahead of you. Whether you're there or you're not, the company is represented. And that's kind of the method to the madness.
I like how, you can even hear it in your tone, and when you speak about your stuff, it sounds like the collective, right? The collective. Shout out to Kwanele, by the way. I think he's a homie of mine. I know him through the streets. So on your end, right? How's the company culture, or what is it that you do with your staff to sort of like speak the same narrative and have the same tone, especially when you're speaking to clients or talent that you guys manage? Like how is it different from any other agency? to show to live this collective thing. Like, yeah.
Look, I'll be honest, I don't know too much about how other agencies work and function. I mean, we meet each other in boardrooms. I always say Duma Collective is the quintessential inter-agency agency.
Yeah.
We work
Yeah.
with a lot of different agencies, but I can't speak on the culture on their behalf, right?
Yeah.
However, with Duma Collective, what I've always said to the team is the reason people want to work with us is because of the work they've seen me do. Now we need to have a reason for people to want to work with you. And
Yeah.
what do they like about me? I bend over backwards for clients. I work like a slave. I'm passionate about what I do. And that's what the company, everyone that works in the company is. People work hard in the company. Like, guys, Zeketelo will be up at 3 o'clock in the morning working
Yeah.
on scheduling tweets for a brand for the next day. Ellen lives in Annandale. But when there's a fire, she's the
That's
first
fair.
person in the office. Audrey is such a nurturer. Like, Audrey will go to Jessica's house first thing in the morning to make sure that she's getting ready for whatever shoot she has to get done. Audrey will send flowers. Audrey will, have you eaten? She'll call Miss Ali. Yeah, Miss Ali, what's going on with your hair? Like, she's the mother of everyone. Kwanele he's the guy that every influencer that we work with, he's the guy, like, yo, please, can you, or have you thought about this? You know, everyone is so passionate about what we do, and that reflects in the work that we put out. So the culture is really a fun one. We're like, we have fun, guys. We have fun, but
Nice.
we work so hard because we know that the opportunities that we are given could have been given to anybody else. And if we mess up, then we're messing up the reputation of the person who trusted us with the work or the job. So I always say to the team, guys, we don't have the luxury of being able to make mistakes or default on a job because we are competing against really big companies who would have got a job be ahead of us. But someone said, let's give this small agency a chance. And we've got to pay back the client by doing great work.
That's true.
That's what happens at the collective. Everybody works very hard, but we also play really hard. So it's all fun.
Yeah.
We get paid to do fun things.
That's dope. That's dope. I like that. So so obviously when COVID now and the whole lockdown situation, and not that I know your business in and out, obviously. So you do a lot of concerts, events, and you manage a lot of talent. So which is known to be thriving when there is no lockdown, right? So obviously there are no events, and I know you're shooting the lockdown sessions on Channel O.
Lockdown house party.
Yeah, the house party. That's what you're working on now. How has it been? I think I'm more interested in the talent side, on the talent side of things. Like, you know, like I'm assuming you come up with the campaigns and be like, yo, approach different brands. How are they doing, and how are you making sure that they still pay you at the end of the day? You know, the monthly retainer. What's the relationship there like during these times?
To be very honest, I've chosen really incredible people to work with.
Yeah.
Because
Nice.
There's something to be said without going too deep into spirituality or whatever, but our energies align. Like, ngathi bekune-board meeting yamadlozi wethu. Bahlangana bonke bathi, okay, how are we going to make this work for everybody? Okay.
Yeah.
And the talents themselves are really hungry and really, really passionate about building their brands. We are really just the support system. I really want to give the credit to Jessica Nkosi to say she's so clever. Like, okay, guys, what are we doing today? What about this? PH is always like, yo, where's the bag? Where are we finding money? PH shalala. PH. Lockdown house party, he was like, hey, we need to work. We need to get busy. What about this? He's got a proposal for this. Okay, can we see this to this brand? How about this brand? Mihlali, content queen. You know, she could sell ice to an Eskimo. She could just be sitting in her house making a cup of tea, and then Rooibos, what's a Rooibos brand? Fresh, whatever, will come and be like, hey, we want to work with you. So we also see the things that she does, and then we'll approach the brands in our network and say, hey, have you thought about this? And then some of these things like come to life. Mutsidisi, amazing MC, amazing presenter, sports anchor. So she's been working on Vision View Radio.
Mhm.
But she also came to us and said, yo, I want to do mindful moments. So now she's got a chat that she does on Instagram Live. My dad is actually going to be interviewed by her later today for June 16. So it's like,
Oh, nice.
how do we also help the creative process? So as a collective, we serve to bring people's campaigns to life from a brand perspective, as well as the talent that we work with. Also plugging them into the network that we have. So we work on a Samsung campaign. Of course, I'm going to put the people that are closest to us, because we know what their brand goals are and how they align to the brands we work with. An Amstel campaign, a Engine, all of these different brands that we work with, we're able to plug this talent and other friends of the collective, mind you. Hulisani Ravele, a very close friend, Lasizwe, he bought us a coffee machine yesterday. He came to the office and was like,
dope,
coffee
dope.
machines time. But that's also just the generous, like the kind of family engagements we have with all the people that we work with, whether it's on a once-off campaign or it's continuous on many different campaigns. We have a really great relationship with people in the industry, and it's not just limited to the people that we work with in-house. We also extend the love to friends of the collective.
Oh, nice, nice. So there's a comment here by Orabile.
Yes, he's also a friend. Oh.
She's saying that Duma Collective is a reality version of Ezweni Communication. You know, growing up, I've always wanted to buy shares in Ezweni. You know, it's one of the reasons why I'm in this space. You know, how do you feel about that comment? You know, that's an OG communications company. You know, like that's a dope agency. Just looking at it, you know, like what Mfuya did.
Guys, this was just like such an incest fest. No.
But you see, like the thing about that is that that's the reference for us Black people when we think about an agency, especially for our parents and a lot of people that we grew up with that don't understand the agency or the life or the company the way it runs. So they think of Ezweni Communications, you know. And I think it's a dope comment for you.
Yeah, what's so funny about that is I've actually never thought to use that reference to explain to my family what we do. I should have just, because my cousin like worked for, and like we both worked for this agency for Plum Factory, and her uncle, her dad, my uncle, would be like, so and it's like, where do we start? Okay, internet communications. Like we're trying to explain. I should have said New Horizons.
It sounds complicated.
That's us.
So for me it was easy because I think Street Journal by Night was on, and I used to refer to that, you know, a lot of people that were featured on. So I'd look them up and show them what it is that they've worked on. And I think there was a competition with creatives on. I remember they did something about
the Play Heroes.
Yes, I think it's something. No, not the Play one. There was one back in the day where it's a group of creatives. I think the winning campaign was the 4664 campaign. They did a whole blood thing, whatever. So it was easy for me to explain. And like you, Ezweni, I never thought of Ezweni, but I always knew that one day I'm gonna buy shares at Ezweni. You know,
you know that building in Rosebank, the one that one. It's close to, is it Harem? You know when you park by Trace.
Oh yeah, the design district.
Yes, but there's the New Horizons building there.
Oh yeah.
So my dad actually had an office there. And the first time he fetched me from school and we needed to go past the office, I'm like, oh my God, New Horizons. I didn't tell it's a cutaway. It's just a cutaway, you know? I didn't know. But to me, my dad worked in the New Horizons building. Surely Achimoroka is here. Surely.
Yeah.
Surely. And then Standiwa Khoroche is my friend, like my best friend's cousin. Devin Gogo actually is Standiwa's cousin. And the first time I saw her, I was like, where's your twin? And she's like, baby girl, I eat your twin. So New Horizons has actually held such an important role. You know, we don't give Dumandu enough credit. But that storyline of Blacks thriving in the creative industry, subconsciously has probably instilled confidence in us as Black people, Black creatives, to say we can also do that. We can also have mansions. from being creatives. And I mean, I look at Daveli and, you know, Zivisiso and say, these people are examples of hard work, a great network, and exploiting that network and doing really great work in order to live like a king. And that's what the youth of today really needs to understand, that these things don't come to us for free. It's not written in the stars that, you know, brands are supposed to give us work. We've actually got to fight for it. This is what the dreams of our ancestors were, that we would be able to thrive doing the things we love to do and get paid for it and get paid well. So let's also not be ashamed, or let's not be what's the word? I think humble is the wrong term, but let's not be shy. Let's not be shy to live well and do well and be able to live well because we're doing well. So yeah, June 16, quite a hectic day to reflect on these things, to say, yo, young people, where we at? Where are we, young people?
Because in the world alone, there's the whole George Floyd thing and protests. You know, in SA, we've got our own issues, GBV. We've got a lot. So, like, there's nothing to be excited about, honestly. Like, when you wake up today, it's mad cold, and you're looking at your Instagram, you know, like, all social media, they talk about different things, right?
Yeah.
And also COVID is also just whining it, adding it in there, you know. So for you, right, here's someone who just registered their company, young black female. And in these times, obviously, like CIPC still operates. So obviously, young people are still registering their companies in these conditions. Like, what advice would you give them right now for them to be able to pursue their dreams? Because no one knows if this is the new norm or when we're getting out of this thing. What advice would you give them for them to overcome challenges like these challenges currently that we're facing, and for them to easily pursue their dreams?
Look, I'd say congratulations for firstly getting the admin part right and just registering a company. Hopefully you've registered a bank account. Hopefully you've got your tax number and your tax clearance, because those are the things that say you are a serious person, a person who is serious about doing business. Let's start there, because business is unfortunately laced with all the admin that comes with conducting business in this economy. But part two, more importantly, is doing the work. It doesn't help to have a company registered. There are many companies buy a shelf company because people registered things and then left them and abandoned it because they thought registering a company is doing business. It's like having a wedding isn't a marriage. So now you've actually got to do the work, and don't use it like excuses. And I use that word very loosely. The excuse of, oh, no, we can't do this. Oh, we can't do this. But what about the things you can do? What about the things? What if I fail? What if they say no? But what if they say yes? What if you succeed? What if you were to focus on the positive and less on the negative? I'm not saying be idealistic and live in the sky. Live with your heads in the sky. But no successful thing happened out of people being negative about what they were doing. And if I were to focus on all the negative things about the industry that I work in, all the things that people have said about me, people I've trusted, things that they've done, things that have gone wrong, I wouldn't be doing any of the things that I'm doing today. I would have taken up a job, be unhappy. You would have found me possibly working on a ship, dancing. Because that's also another thing that makes me happy, and I would have settled for that kind of life. But I said, no, what I want to do is create opportunities for creatives to be able to make money doing things that they love. And if I focused on the negatives, I wouldn't be here today with 8 employees and a couple of suppliers on retainers and hundreds of people getting paid as freelancers every single month. So what I focused on was, why do I do what I do? And what are the positive things about it? I get to have great conversations with Ellie and exchange information and contribute to a knowledge bank for youth to be able to come back and say, your shit is tough. But there's a black guy who's doing really great with Zikipani, and he started out referencing a TV show, and now he is creating the TV show. There's a really dope Sibu Mabena who started out as a dancer on stage, bought a ticket to work at an event, bought a ticket for the event and wanted to work at it. And now she's here today with all of these things that she's doing. Everybody starts somewhere, and whoever has registered a company, this is your start. Do the work and do it well. And hey, anyway.
That was my last question.
So I hate how short these things are because I talk for days.
No, but I'm enjoying it. So I mean, I'd love to go on forever with you because this is our first conversation, a proper conversation.
It is.
And it happened online with people watching.
Yeah.
So wild. Yeah. I mean, shout out to you for the dope work that you've been putting in. You've been consistent and persistent. You are great in human form, you know.
Oh.
You're putting in the work, man. Like, shout out to you. Thank you so much for joining us.
And thank you to everybody in the comments. I'm really sorry we can't get to like engaging, but maybe one of these days I'll have to go live by myself with everybody, and then we'll do like a request session. But later on, we're live with my dad at 6 p.m. So please just tune in. Yeah, it's a June 16 chat. He's a veteran. He got into exile just before June 16, and he was telling the ANC in exile that, guys, it's about to bend, and so then it bent. Anyway, thank you.
We'll tune in. We'll definitely tune in. The people will be tuning in. Shout out to you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye. And that was Sibu Mabena of Duma Collective. Right now, we're going to get into a chat with Zibu Siso Mkwanazi. So I'm just waiting for him to send a request. Yo, Z, please send a request and I'll accept on my side. Yeah. What Spread Media, I see you. Niwe, I see you. Lesejo, I see you. Nerisha, Teboho, Debza, Sky Travels, Schmangs, Mangi, Palipels. Cool, dope. Please keep them coming. We're just waiting on Z now. There he is. Dope. Okay, cool. Z is connecting. Yo, Z. How you doing? There's no audio. There's no audio. Audio. Okay, guys, we're having difficulties there with the young connection or the sound. So we'll wait for him to join again. Sky Travels, I'm also worried about the time. I mean, I can save this and start a new one. But let's see how it goes with Z. Because we're actually having a session later on at 6 o'clock. So myself and Z will be having a session. So please tune in for that one. So it will be much, much longer than this. It's just the two of us. So, I mean, ideally, I would love to have 3 hours of the session with the speakers. I mean, the guests that we have. Noklunga have an hour with her. Sibu Mapena have an hour with her. And Zibu have an hour with him. There he is. Yo, Z.
Yo, Ali, can you hear me?
I can hear you clearly now.
Excellent. Sorry, Ali. I don't know what happened there.
And it's all good. People are worried. They say, can he park so that we can have a conversation?
Well, the good news is you're on hands-free.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. You're on hands-free. My time today, like seriously,
Okay.
I yeah,
No, no,
but
no,
you
it's all
well,
good.
man.
Z.
Excellent, excellent,
Ah, no, I'm good. I'm
excellent.
good. I'm good. Yeah, you look like you're driving in the hood there.
Yeah. So, like, I yeah, I just I did the most silliest thing. I thought I'd just get a car wash quickly, because it's just something I need to attend to. And here's the rain.
Oh yeah. No, no, it's all good. Z. So
Yeah,
I had an amazing conversation with Noglunga earlier
yeah,
on.
yeah,
She's one of the art directors at Avatar Agency.
yeah,
So she's an amazing person, right? And
yeah.
I mean, I know your stuff, so all of them are amazing. So I just wanted to find out from your side, how do you select them? How do you identify talent? What makes an
Look,
attractive CV?
what I'd say is, Avatar, like its foundation is built on entrepreneurial spirit, right? So you gotta have entrepreneurial spirit within you from your core, and what we do is try and assess, what great things have you come across in your life, and how did you innovatively get through those things, because you want people that will add value. You want people that will push themselves to the limit, so people who have gone through like lots of challenges in life tend to become like that generally in nature, when they come out better, and in work as well. You want people that don't see challenges and run from them, but see challenges and face them head on. So in the recruitment process, that's the type of spirit that we like from people in general. You know,
Yeah,
um, because the thing is, our clients expect nothing but the best.
that's
And
true.
that's why even from people, we also expect nothing from but the best. But we also need to make the right decisions at the recruitment process.
Okay. I like how you're talking about like people. You work with people that face the challenges, like they take
Yeah,
it head on. And what
yeah,
advice would you give young people, obviously, like with the pandemic, the COVID-19, that are looking for a job right now? Because it's not the same. It's not the same as
yeah,
before.
yeah.
Now the whole interview process is on Teams or Skype or whatever.
Yeah.
How would you advise one to, like take this as an opportunity?
It's very interesting when you say that, because the fact that the interview is on Teams and Skype, etc., etc., chemistry is not the same as what it used to be, right? So it's now, how how do you stand out while using an electronic channel, as an example, to try and get your message through, right? Whereas before, you've got the luxury of being in front of someone, the odd jokes here and there. It's a little bit more difficult, in teams. So it's saying, how do you stand out as a person from the next person. So the secret is tantalize all the senses. Get get yourself noticed, by appealing to so many senses. Um, and to give you a good example about what I mean by that is, you must remember, people are on these Teams calls every day. If you're doing an interview, probably like number 4, number 5 in the list. You can't be just another person, right? How,
Yeah.
like like be ready, share your favorite track, on your interview process. You know what I mean? Because you're at home, you can, ask for little permissions to do things that you wouldn't ordinarily do. You get what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah,
Yeah,
100%. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. No, that's dope. That's dope. So
You
just
know, so instead of saying you like music, now you have the opportunity to show it.
oh yeah, true, true. So Z, because of time and this thing being an hour, so just as a last question, and I mean we're having a session later on. We can touch on so many things later on.
All right.
What? So I've got a last question. What is it that you would
Okay.
tell your 21-year-old self? If you're 21
Oh.
right now, what?
Um, what would I say to my 21 self? Like, don't give up, like always hang in there, and never give up. Always look for the positive in every situation, because everything works for the good ultimately in the end.
Okay, dope, Z. Thank
Yeah.
you so much for joining in, Z.
Thanks.
A lot of people follow you on this platform, and thank you for creating this platform. You and Veli are an inspiration. Inspiration to a lot of us. So yeah, keep on doing the dope work. I'll see you later on tonight at 6 o'clock on the SA Creatives page.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
going to be such a great conversation. All right, Ali. See
yeah.
you
So I'm
later.
on the other side.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
All right, sharp.
Okay, cool. Cheers, Z.
All right.
That's it, everyone. Thank you so much for joining in. I'm just cutting this short because I'm looking at the time so that we're able to save this and not lose the clip. So it's already giving me a countdown. So yeah, shout out to you. I saw all the questions that came through. Unfortunately, I don't have time for questions right now. Just keep an eye out on this page. There's a lot that's going on. They're always having nice conversations. Yeah, thank you so much. Cheers. Peace.